We are back with 3 games today, 2 of which are very important for playoff purposes. I'm Chase Kaufman, and welcome to Week 7 of the Marble Football League. First matchup between the 1-5 Sliders and 5-1 Tinspins, both of whom are set in stone for the season. Tinspins the 1 seed in the East, Sliders the 3rd place team in the West. In Game 2 though, a possible playoff clinching game for the Kernels against Wisconsin. In with a win, if they lose, Week 8 will be the deciding week. The night game between Idaho and Alaska, with an Idaho win, they'll be the 1 seed and Alaska the 2 seed. With an Alaska win though, Week 8 will be the deciding week there as well. And for the appetizer, that is Game 1, here are the Arizona Saguaro Sliders. Tall Paul coming out of the tunnel, we'll get into that more later on, but here are your Eastern Divisional champs, the Pennsylvania Tinspins. Now usually it would be Alloy, but with the Tinspins locked in as the 1 seed, they're going to send out Tim Foyle in place of Alloy. Team highs of 150 points and a plus 58 point differential. And on the Sliders side, fans clamored for Tall Paul to start last week. They're going to get their wish this week after Pokey scored just 6 points last week. Let's go down to the field. No line on this game due to the backups coming in. So I mentioned in the intro that Tall Paul would be the starter. Management ended up going with Tall Paul after saying they would stick with Pokey last week. Pokey only scored 6 points. Fans clamored for Tall Paul to start last week. They're getting their wish this week. Basically because the Sliders are a terrible offense. 71 points scored this year. Everybody else got over 100. They needed to change. Nothing there in snap 6. 6 snaps through. Nothing yet. That ball around the 50. On the Tinspins, they started Tim Foyle, their backup, just because they're clinched as the 1 seed. They have nothing to lose. Touchdown, Sliders! Tall Paul gets on the board first. Get another look at this one. Ball around the 12. Oh, it looks like Tim Foyle just jumped over the ball. And it looked like a Tinspin actually knocked it in. So it was an own touchdown, but it's going to go to Tall Paul on his credit. Mainly because he was on the field and he could have caused the collision. Snap 10, nothing there. As I was saying, Arizona, really poor offense. Tinspins already locked in. Oh, touchdown Tinspins! Tim Foyle gets on the board now. Get another look at this one. Ball around the 28. And just some good old-fashioned marble football there. Nice collision around the 30. Into the end zone. 7-6. And off the left upright stays 7-6. So these two teams really with nothing to play for, but to see what their backups can do, maybe for next season. Nothing there. Couple snaps left in the first half. And touchdown, Sliders! So the Sliders get on the board again. 13-6, extra point pending. And that was all Tall Paul on that one. Ball just sneaks past that 1 yard line into the end zone. Extra point is good. 8 point lead for the Sliders. Sliders pretty good in the first half, not so good in the second half as that one launches out of bounds. But they got an 8 point lead going into the second half. 14-6, your halftime score in favor of the 1-5 Sliders. But of course, it's time for your trivia question. Which two teams have yet to play in an overtime? Alright, second half about to get underway here. Sliders with an 8 point lead as that one sails into the stands once again. Always got to take home a souvenir in each one of our Marble Football League games. So Pennsylvania stats, they scored 150 points. Oh, as that one bounces out of the end zone, but we do have a flag on the play. False start is going to be on the Sliders. That one launched way back into the end zone stands. So we got a marble advantage here for Pennsylvania. Oh, they almost took advantage of it, but we have another flag on the play. And a false start on the tin spins. And Tim Foyle, excuse me, tried to push that one in, but it wouldn't have mattered anyway. Now the marble advantage goes to the Sliders on snap 17. Nothing happened. Ball at the 30, almost to midfield now. So as I was saying, as we get back to full strength here, Pennsylvania's got 150 points scored on the year. That's the most by 37 points. And they've allowed 92 points, as that one goes around the 10. Tin spin still down 8. Second half's been the Sliders' demise all year. They've only scored 21 points in the second half through 6 games. That is very, very bad. That's an average of 3 points in the second half per game. So that one's around the 20 now. Snap 23. Touchdown! Tin spins! And we'll get another look at that one as the tin spins pull it within a couple points. Looks like the Sliders got to it first, but a nice move by one of the teammates of Tim Foyle. And it was an offensive marble, it wasn't a defensive marble. That knocked that one into the end zone. Nice teamwork there. Tin spin's gonna go for 2. 2-point conversion rate hasn't been great this year. Ball at the 30. And they get that 2-point conversion to tie the game up at 14 apiece. Get another look. Really nice teamwork there. One of the offensive marbles pushed it to Tim Foyle, and he pushed it into the end zone, tie the game up 14 apiece. That one didn't do much there. 6 snaps to go. Sliders trying to get on the board here so they can take this one in regulation. Don't want to go into overtime, especially when you're not the better of the two teams. And touchdown, Tin spins! And a tough second half once again for the Sliders. Ball at the 35-ish. Push, push, push. Tim Foyle, I should say once again, excuse me. Into the end zone. Pretty easy. Tim Foyle, he's making it look pretty easy. Possible trade bait here for next year. Gonna leave him on your bench? Why do that? Might as well get something for him. Maybe a future draft pick. Snap 28, nothing there. Pennsylvania clinched the 1 seed in the East. Doesn't really need this. 1 snap to go. Tin spins, having fun still. Snap 30. A stop here gets them the win, and that's what they'll do. Tin spins, even with their backups in, take the win, 21-14. Your final there, 21-14. Tall Paul, a solid first half, however, held scoreless in the second, allowing backup Tim Foyle to put up a couple touchdowns on the board to improve to 6-1. Sliders dropped to 1-6. Doesn't affect playoff seedings as the marble is held on a neutral field. Now we get to the entree. Cheese Thieves taking on the Kernels in both teams' biggest game of the season. If Iowa wins, they're in. If they lose, both teams will have some scoreboard watching to do next week. Updated look at the standings. Tin spins now 3.5 games ahead. Sliders down in the dumps. Kernels, Cheese Thieves trying to make a playoff push. And now for the visiting Cheese Thieves. Lots of boos as expected, and now I'm expecting tons of cheers for the Kernels. This crowd quite loud today. They know what's on the line. Pretty similar stats for both teams. Jack 128 points allowed, Sarge 125 points allowed, 2 points better on the push percentage for Jack, but Sarge still with the best boot in the league. Wisconsin getting 6.5 today, total at 35.5. Big game, so let's roll. Snap number 1. Whoa! Where did that one go? Not only did that one go in the stands, that went out of the stadium. That one, we're gonna have to get a new ball on the field. Okay, they got a new ball at the 20. Ball on the 30 now. Snap number 3, ball at the 30, now to the 12. Last week, Iowa defeated Alaska 21-14, while Wisconsin... Oh, touchdown, Cheese Thieves! This game means more to the Cheese Thieves than it does to the Kernels, and they show that one right there. Ball on the 50, Jack pushes it off the side into the end zone for the touchdown. As I was saying, Wisconsin put up a good fight against Pennsylvania last week, ended up dropping the game 27-20, as that extra point is good. There's a souvenir for the fans. Get another look, some good old-fashioned marble football there. Wisconsin's got a slightly better point differential than Iowa. They're at -19, Iowa's at -22, so we got a flag on the play here. Take a look, ball at the 25-ish, and it's going to be a false start on the Kernels. So Wisconsin going to get a marble advantage and try to put a 2-touchdown lead on the board early in this game. Ball at the 30. Nothing there, nothing at all. As I was saying, point differential would matter. Oh, touchdown, Cheese Thieves! So a 2-score lead early here for the Cheese Thieves up on the Kernels in a must-win game for Wisconsin. That one bounces into the end zone nicely. And they are currently up 13-0. Make that 14-0 full 2-score lead for the Cheese Thieves. Snap 9, nothing there. As I was mentioning, if Cheese Thieves happen to win this, Iowa won the first game, so that would mean nothing for head-to-head tiebreaker. It'd go to point differential on the season, and right now, Iowa at -19, or sorry, Wisconsin -19, Iowa -22. But right now with the 14-point lead, that could change. And that one, a little bit of a chance for the Cheese Thieves to make something happen. Nothing there. 2 snaps to go in the first half. Ball at midfield. Last snap of the half here. Iowa can't get on the board. Cheese Thieves hold on to... Oh, mark that. Hold up, we got a flag on the play here. Doesn't look like a false start. An unnecessary roughness penalty somewhere. Oh, it looked like a Cheese Thief popped out the right of the field. That's exactly what happened. So the Kernels now with a... I'm sorry, the Cheese Thieves now with a marble advantage on snap 15 can make it a 3-score game. But they can't. They'll take a 2-score lead going into the half, though. 14-0 Cheese Thieves. Halftime score 14-0. Iowa's got the second worst defense in the league. Really, they haven't had offensive problems, but right now they are. Iowa can win and clinch the 2 seed. If they lose, it'll make a difference for next week in week 8. Iowa now going right to left. Cheese Thieves left to right. Ball at midfield, nothing there. Point differential is going to be huge. And right now the Cheese Thieves lead it as we speak. Before this, they were up by 3. Now it's a 17-point lead on the point differential. Actually, it's even more than that because the Kernels are going to drop by 14. The Cheese Thieves going to go up by 14. Touchdown! Cheese Thieves! Kernels not looking good in this one. And that one about a 90-yard drive as that one flips on its side, rolls into the end zone. A nice little roll there for the Cheese Thieves. And a 3-score game now for Wisconsin. As I was saying, the point differential is going to change for both teams. So as we speak, right now, Wisconsin at a +2, Iowa at a -43, which means advantage Cheese Thieves if it stays how it is, and it looks like it might. We have 7 snaps to go in this game. That one sits around the 15, nothing there. And almost a score there for Wisconsin. Again, almost an own score on Iowa. Ball around midfield. Wisconsin, worst defense in the league, 128 points allowed, and they've allowed 0 right now through 28 snaps. Iowa, a very, very rough game. Ball still at the 30, game over. Snap 29, just for show, nothing there. Cheese Thieves gonna go on and win this game and push it to week 8, and they score there at the last snap. Snap 30, Cheese Thieves up 27-0. Take another look, just a poor game from Iowa here. Usually they've had some solid games. Oh, and the Cheese Thieves are gonna go for 2. Not gonna get it, but quite the statement there to go for 2 in the food fight rivalry. Game 2, your final, an absolute rout of the Kernels, and they even went for 2 at the end out of spite. This food fight rivalry is a fierce one, and neither season is over just yet. Game number 3, the dessert, an important one, Glaciers and Spud Muffins fighting for the 1 seed. Spud Muffins at 5-1, win and clinch the 1 seed and home field advantage. Glaciers win, and this playoff seeding battle also moves into next week. Get an updated look at the standings there. Idaho 5-1, Alaska 4-2, while the Kernels and Cheese Thieves at 2-5. And from Idaho to Alaska, here are the Spud Muffins. And now, looking to grab the 1 seed, here are the Alaska Glaciers. Ice cold as always, the Glaciers are ready to roll, as are the fans. Roll call, really solid defenses on both sides, but Tot and the Muffins with much better push stats than the Glaciers, and you wonder if that could be the difference here today. Alaska's a much better team in the second half than they are in the first, but they only have a plus 15 point differential on the year. Are the Glaciers possibly playing better than their record? Let's find out and get to the field. Alaska getting 2.5, total at 35.5. Touchdown, Spud Muffins! Early touchdown for the away team, Spud Muffins. Let's take a look. A nice push by Tot there. It looks like Yeti got the first push, but Tot just pushed it right back into the end zone. Extra point, no good though. Wide right. 6-0 lead for the Spud Muffins. Glaciers almost put that one in the end zone. Glaciers are going left to right. Spud Muffins right to left. Touchdown! Glaciers! Big game here for both teams. Not as big as the second one, as this one only really decides seeding purposes, but nonetheless a big game for both teams. Nice play there by the entire team of Alaska. Extra point. Good. That was probably the longest extra point we've seen all year. That one way out of the end zone. Actually, not even out of the end zone, way out of the stadium nonetheless. Take a look as this one, as that one bounced off the field, way out of play. No one getting that one unless you go to the parking lot to find that. Snap number 5, nothing there. Let's take a look at last week. I already mentioned that Alaska lost to Iowa 21-14. Idaho, on the other hand, they lost to Arizona 7-6. Or sorry, rather, they beat Arizona 7-6, and not a great look for the Spud Muffins, but they got it done. Snap 9. Ball doesn't move much there. Ooh, I thought Top might have had a late push there. Snap 10. Nothing there. Take another look. Is that one? Nothing really much happened. A lot of Glaciers just bounced right over it. Alaska needs a win here for a chance at the 1 seed in the West. Really only gets you home field advantage, as both these teams have clinched a playoff spot already because Arizona's been such a bad team this year. That one, once again, the Glaciers just bounce right over. Alaska average stats on the year, but 4-2 is in the upper half of the league, obviously. Bad first half stats, good second half stats. As Idaho needs a win to clinch the 1 seed in the West. Snap 14, touchdown, Glaciers! Glaciers put one in right before the end of the first half, and they've had a rough first half all year long, but looks like they might take the lead. As a nice play there from, I don't know if it was one of the defender marbles, but nonetheless, it wasn't Yeti. A nice push there by one of Yeti's teammates. Extra point is good. Snap 15, nothing there. Alaska gonna take the lead going into the second half, 14-6. Halftime score, 14-6 in favor of the Glaciers. Now let's get to that trivia question. Which two teams have yet to play in an overtime? and that would be the Arizona Saguaro Sliders and the Alaska Glaciers. So Alaska on the air, only 33 points scored in the first half, 80 points scored in the second half, averaging 5.5 points per game in the first half, already with 14 on the board here. Snap 16, ball doesn't do much at midfield, but we do have a flag on the play. Take another look. It's not a false start. And, oh, it looks like a Spud Muffin rolled out of play. Almost stayed in play, but that's going to be an unnecessary roughness penalty on the Glacier. So the Spud Muffins with a marble advantage here. See if they can take advantage, tie it up. They do! They get the touchdown! We haven't seen that much this year. Only once have we seen that, and it was from Pennsylvania early in the year. So there's our second touchdown scored on a marble advantage from Idaho, and they're going to go for 2 once again. We'll see if they can tie it up right here on the first snap of the second half, and they not even close. Nonetheless, good job by Idaho and Todd to take advantage of the marble advantage. Back to Alaska, they've got a minus 30 point differential in the first half, plus 45 in the second as that one sails way out of play. Idaho, on the other hand, pretty even, plus 1 in the first half, plus 11 in the second half. Snap 18, nothing there. Snap number 19, nothing there. Again, this is for the 1 seed in the West. If Alaska wins this, it moves on to week 8 to figure out who's going to take that 1 seed. Ooh, he almost had a touchdown there from Idaho. Get another look, ball around the 48. And it really had nothing to do with tie. Looks like some teammates almost pushed it in. One of the defensive marbles bounced off the wall, almost knocked it in. Ball around the 3. Oh, another almost touchdown there from the Glaciers. About a 90-yard drive and then a 97-yard drive from the Spud Muffins. So the Spud Muffins up and take the lead. 18-14 right now. They'll probably go for 2 as a nice drive there. Just took it all the way himself. Beautifully done. And the Spud Muffins gonna go for 2 just in case Alaska happens to miss the extra point if they score a touchdown. And they get the 2-point conversion. That's a big one. Now Alaska, if they were to score a touchdown, needs to get the extra point. And defensive marbles nowhere to be found on that one from Alaska. Easy 2-point conversion. Idaho leads by 6. Snap 24. Ball stays at midfield. Currently, point differentials, if it happen to be tied next week, just based on head-to-head, because if Alaska wins this game, they'd both split the season series. Alaska currently at plus 15. Idaho at plus 18. So this is a pretty close point differential, depending on what happens here in the rest of this game. 4 snaps to go. Alaska down 1. Make that 3 snaps. Alaska needs a touchdown here, or Idaho will take the division. 2 snaps to go now. Glaciers need it. Not going to get it there. Ball into the stands. Ball's going to be around the 40-yard line. Get another look at that one. Nice defensive play from Tot. Glaciers need this touchdown. Crowd on their feet. They want the division title. Snap number 30. Ball at the 50. Touchdown! Glaciers! What a play! On the last snap of the game, they needed that to possibly take the division, and they are still alive. They are an extra point away from taking this game. Nice push by Yeti there as that one rolled on its side into the end zone for the touchdown. Fan on their feet, all of them, all those blue guys. They painted for the extra point. No good! Off the right upright. And we're going to overtime. They iced the kicker. 20-20. Overtime. Snap 31. Ball around the 45. Idaho needs this game to take the title. The Western Division title, that is. Ball at the 30. Oh! Off the marble launcher. That would have taken the division. Get another look. Ball bounced around the 5 and off the marble launcher and down to the 2. What a bad break for Idaho. Touchdown! Glaciers! 98-yard drive into the end zone. Glaciers take the win, and they are staying alive for the Western Division title. Oh, and it almost looked like it was an own touchdown. And that was going to go in anyways. Don't feel bad there, Spud Muffin fans. It's all right. Glaciers take the win. An absolute thriller in Game 3, I'm still catching my breath. Your final 26-20 in favor of Alaska in overtime, gotta wonder if weather was a factor. Game 1 though, not very meaningful other than bench players getting some looks. Tall Paul on the board first, Mr. Foyle on the board not long after, but Tall Paul got the last score of the first half, making it 14-6. Snap 23, Pennsylvania scored and got the 2-point conversion, then scored on snap 27 to put it away 21-14. Evening game was a possible clincher for Iowa, but Wisconsin had other ideas. Jack and his craft singles knocked in touchdowns on snaps 5 and 8, taking a 14-0 lead into the half. They'd score again on snap 20, and on snap 30 they'd score again and go for the 2-point conversion to really top it off. Didn't get the 2-point conversion, but they sure made a statement with the 27-0 win and the attempt for 2. We saved the best game for last, Spud's Glaciers in a seeding game. Spud's on the board first, Glaciers score soon after though, and at the end of the first half. Back-to-back touchdowns for the Muffins in the second half put them back on top, but then snap 30 arrived and the Glaciers knocked it in to send the game to overtime after missing the extra point. Idaho almost won it there in snap 33, but it bounced off the marble launcher and back onto the field of play. Alaska would take the next play 97 yards to take the win 26-20. Big week next week as Pennsylvania takes on Alaska, where the Glaciers are trying to get the 1 seed. Wisconsin trying to take the 2 seed in the East. They'll take on Idaho, who's trying to get the 1 seed in the West. And Idaho will face Arizona as the Kernels try to grab the 2 seed. And although Iowa split the season series with Wisconsin, that game puts them very, very far behind in point differential. Once again, for our producer Daniel Cole, I'm Chase Kaufman. Thanks for watching another episode of the Marble Football League.